Hello and welcome to the RKO News. I'm your host, Lord RKO, and welcome to the show where we talk about all the news that happened in the wacky world of wrestling for the week. So let's get right into the news. Starting with our WWE news. Earlier in the week, we had Roman Reigns wrestle Kevin Owens at a live event. At this live event, Kevin Owens proceeded to put Roman Reigns into a headlock, and which Kevin Owens proceeded to spew insults towards a fan. Roman Reigns then chose to break character, and the only way he could keep himself from laughing at these insults that Kevin Owens spewed was to put his hands over his mouth to try and hide it. Now, Roman Reigns received quite a bit of backlash from John Cena on Twitter, as Roman Reigns tweeted out on December 29th, "I was laughing at KO's Merc check. I made more splitting with the Shield. Imagine what it is now. Hashtag yes sir." This was then responded to by John Cena the next day. Well, at WWE, Roman Reigns was making fun of what people earn. I was at George Tech FB to hashtag earn the day. Hashtag recognize. Roman Reigns then responded to this shot later in the day that John Cena took at him by saying, "What I hashtag recognize is you have no clue what's going on here. So just power clean and make sure you clean your weights up. Hashtag guest in my house." In other news, there's been rumors of a new opponent name for AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Now, it's very apparent that the matches with Shawn Michaels are out of picture. And as things go along, it seems like the match with John Cena or The Undertaker are also out of the picture. Now, AJ Styles is expected to drop the title to John Cena or The Undertaker within the next month or two, maybe at the Royal Rumble. But it is being reported that a new opponent has been named, and that opponent is Randy Orton. It is expected that Randy Orton will have time to finish his feud with the Wyatts and still go on to a new program with AJ Styles. Speaking of new programs, it's also being recognized that The Undertaker may have a new opponent at WrestleMania. Now, as many people have been hoping, and there have been news reports, they have been saying that John Cena will face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. But Vince is starting to go back on that, as it's now being reported that it could possibly be Roman Reigns who will be facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania. It's being reported that Vince wants Roman Reigns to face The Undertaker to cement that he's the next top guy. And fearing that this could be The Undertaker's last WrestleMania match, they want to get it out of the way. In other news, this week was a major accomplishment by the Smackdown Live brand as they defeated Raw in the ratings this week. Now, both shows drew in 2.885 million viewers. SmackDown was up by 0.172 million, and Raw was down by 0.213 million, but SmackDown ended up drawing in about 30,000 more viewers than Raw did, so congratulations to them. Speaking of SmackDown, it is being announced that Money in the Bank next year will be a brand-exclusive pay-per-view. And this pay-per-view will go to SmackDown. It's being announced that Money in the Bank will be held in St. Louis, for which St. Louis has had a WWE pay-per-view for the past consecutive 7 years. The last pay-per-view being held there was Battleground. Anyways, into news elsewhere. For TNA Impact viewership, they were up by 15,000 viewers this week. Now, this week was the Hardy New Year that took place last night. They drew in 224,000 viewers versus last week's 209,000 and were in the top 132 cable shows for the night. Concerning the fact that Impact is on a paid program TV station, being Pop TV, it is a major accomplishment. Speaking of Impact, it is being reported that January 6th, TNA Impact Wrestling will host One Night Only, which is a pay-per-view that will take place from the Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, and it will be the first pay-per-view marking TNA's return to live pay-per-views. Next news. Over in Ring of Honor, we are getting reports that Ring of Honor Wrestling is infuriated with Nigel McGuinness helping out WWE with the UK tournament. It's being reported that WWE is interested in Nigel McGuinness and wants him as a trainer for the Performance Center, even though he just recently re-signed with Ring of Honor. So we will see what happens with that. Finally, we have Kurt Angle, who is speaking to indie shows. He publicly announced this past week that he is ready to return to WWE. He's now telling promoters that he is actively ready and is just waiting for WWE's call. Now, WWE may choose to keep him out of their company due to past drug issues. That is completely up to them. But a new return from Kurt Angle could be coming at any time. Kurt Angle does still have 2 more dates that he needs to work before he is wrapped up with the indie shows. He has one against Alberto El Patron and one against Cody Rhodes again that he must complete. Once he wrestles both those matches, he is free from the indie scenes and his obligations. Anyways, that was the news for the week. Tell me what you thought of the RKO news in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Jacob Simnek, and I will see y'all